what do you like most about being a shark?
I think
Especially Amit.
the wisdom and the knowledge. I'm learning a lot about what's happening in India and how things will change maybe in the next 5 years. That I think I love the most.
आपने जो कहा ना कि people come up and talk to you. I want to know what's the strangest place someone's pitched to you? Because I'm sure you guys are getting pitched to everywhere.
So I just landed in Singapore and I was using the public toilet washroom and somebody came and started.
Can you demonstrate how?
No,
So this man standing next to you.
Yeah. So when I came out and I was washing my hands, he said, first I want a selfie. And then I thought maybe you want a selfie outside the washroom or inside. He said यहीं लेनी है. तो वहाँ ले लिया selfie. Then he said कि मेरे पास एक idea भी है. तो मैंने कहा बाहर जाके बात कर ले. But he was too impatient. उसने कहा आप यहीं सुन लो इससे पहले आप गायब हो जाओ.
Idea अच्छा था.
And this was like, हाँ?
Idea अच्छा था.
मैं खाली बाथरूम के surroundings को थोड़ा सा observe कर रहा था. Idea तो बाद में आता और इतने washroom में और भी लोग आ गए. तो I was feeling a little embarrassed कि एक तरफ मैं washroom में खड़े होकर selfie ले रहा हूँ और अब मैं idea सुन रहा हूँ तो and I just landed. I had a big luggage and everything. And it was
hilarious.
like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
So once I was in the car, there was a driver driving the car. I was in the next seat and somebody waved me from the next car through the window. I also waved back. मैंने कहा भी इसने पहचान लिया. Then I forgot about it and after 15 minutes I reached home. I got out of the car and this guy was behind me. Right? And then he came out and he started pitching to me right outside my house. And my wife is like, what is this?
What is your relationship with money? Wow.
Well, I'm still thinking. Nobody has ever asked me this, by the way. But it definitely, yeah. I think it is never clear that why you have the money that you have, and why the ones who don't. It's not necessarily, to me, yet clear in my head who decides that, because it's not necessarily, while one may take all the credit for it, there is a level of privilege that you're born with, destiny, for a large part of it, and then you can optimize to it.
Yeah, correct.
And with great privilege comes great responsibility.
Yes.
What keeps you awake at night?
Usually, I think parents' health, that they are fine, and with so much happening, you keep hearing a news like a bad news here or there. I think that's always something that plays on the mind, right? That thank God for keeping it all safe and keep it safe tomorrow also.
Yeah, all of you have incredible stories, right? of sort of creating what you have. So, agar you know how much Bollywood likes biopics, I want you to select. Peyush, who would play you?
I think it has to be a first comer, right? Who has never acted before. Somebody has to give that person a break. So he's also all in. But yeah, I would say there should be fresh audition. No celebrity.
You know how hard that is, no?
It's okay. I mean, we're all about taking risk here.
That's right. Correct.
I would not want a celebrity to do.
Okay. You want a new person to do. Okay. You know, this show generated a sort of a torrent of memes, right? I want to ask the three of you, what's the favorite meme of yourself that you've seen out there? My
favorite is a picture walked in, I said, welcome to Lenskart. That became a meme. So that's my favorite. And it was like, I was in the zone, and I'm usually in the zone, and this entrepreneur walked in, and we're supposed to say, welcome to Shark Tank. And I was like, welcome to Lenskart. I didn't even realize. And it went on, and like everybody started laughing. Then I realized, okay, what I just said.
That's fab. Do you guys have sort of moments of like, damn, can we replicate that success?
Before I became an entrepreneur, while I was becoming an entrepreneur, and I watched it quite obsessively. Like I would have watched all seasons multiple times.
Wow.
And to be honest, it didn't matter to me anything but what's the business, what's the entrepreneur, whether he or she will get a deal or not, right? And that mattered most. And second, and that engagement of listening to a business, because as an entrepreneur, and I'm talking from one consumer segment as an entrepreneur. And the second was what happened to this business after it got the deal, right? And I think, I don't know what will happen to season 2 or not, but in the long term, what will happen to Shark Tank will really depend on what will happen to the businesses we invested in. And if they can do well and we can make a difference, then it sets a pattern, it sets a hope that change can happen. I don't think sharks are hero of this show. And in US also, I've seen sharks come and go. In the sense, there are always guest sharks. They called Richard Branson, and so many other TV celebs have also come. But what mattered in the pitch in that 1 hour was the business, the entrepreneur, and whether they got a deal and did somebody back them. And I think that happened a lot this season. I have shared this with everybody here. I have zero concerns. And in the long term, as long as businesses continue to get funded and they do well, that's what India needs, hope.
There was some criticism last season. Sometimes the sharks were too sharky, for lack of a better word.
In what way? In terms of feedback or the equity?
In terms of feedback, no, not equity, just in terms of just what was said to contestants. Is that a conversation that happened this time? Where do you draw the line? I don't know. Look, you're also, finally, it is entertainment. Exactly. It is supposed to be drama. It is supposed to be fun. But, where do you sort of draw the line of, yahan tak bol sakte hain, uske baad nahi?
I think nothing substitutes respect for the individual, right? There's no, I don't think that's negotiable. But I do think that, and a point that Anupam mentioned about innocence, right? What happens is that now we as sharks have watched season 1, right? And whether we like it or not, we know what people like, right? But the reality of the show and the greatness of the show is as much, and I've said this to Sony also a lot of times, right? This is a real show and people should know it's a real show, but we should also be real. We should be ourselves. The more we are ourselves, and this whole paranoia about whether the show would be a hit or not, if entrepreneurs are real, sharks are real, they can state how they think, and everybody brings a different perspective. That's the beauty of the show. Yeah. And we should be respectful, but we should also say what we really feel versus what, may look good on TV, is I would say.
Yeah, that's important. And I ask this for the benefit of all those hundreds of thousands of people who will be pitching to you as you eat golgappas or go to the loo. What's the one thing that's most attractive about a pitch, and what's the biggest turn off? Like, matlab, aap bilkul hi shut down ho jate ho as soon as someone says
the most attractive is the entrepreneur, right? If the entrepreneur
more attractive,
impresses
she is
you. Sorry?
More attractive, she is better.
But I think if the entrepreneur is impressive, right, and they are on top, you can, entrepreneur ki jo energy hoti hai, that is infectious, right? If they are passionate, you suddenly get energy in the room. Everybody is energetic. And, so I think that just changes the mood. That's the excitement. And then business idea, equity deal, ho na ho, and may, a lot of things come into the picture. But that, seeing somebody stand there and, really talking with passion of what they want to do, and you're reminiscing your own journey, it's just infectious, and you get goosebumps sometimes. मैं तो पिच से निकल के immediately WhatsApp शुरू कर देता हूँ, हम क्या कर रहे हैं वो देखो, 6 महीने में बना लिया है, हम 2 साल से लगे हुए हैं, उसने 5 लाख में बना लिया, हमारा 50 लाख में भी नहीं बना. ये होता है एक अच्छे entrepreneur.
And what's the big turn off? Matlab, where do you just shut off?
For me, the biggest disappointment is when, and it doesn't happen often, but there are entrepreneurs who come who are very arrogant. They're full of themselves. They've come here only to market. They don't care about listening. They are just, they don't even want to listen. And they just want to speak. And they want to do marketing of their product. And they're not respectful towards sharks. So, आप बात कर रहे हो, वो acknowledge भी नहीं करेंगे. Right? So for me, it's like, why have you come here? It's not about money. It's about you come here for feedback before anything else.
Okay, last question. How has this experience changed you? What has it done to you?
To be honest, I'm a Piscean and I'm an emotional guy, quite emotional, and whatever I do, I get into it in the sense. And these people were just talking about that. I only loosen up in the last finale.
Yeah.
I took up Lens Card and I'm very emotional about it. Not as a business, but as a, and then family, I'm very emotional about.
And curious.
Huh?
And curious. His name is Utsuk Bansal on the show. He asks so many questions.
अभी क्या हो गया ना, सीजन 1 में आ गए थे शॉक में, अब सीजन 2 हो गया है, तो दिस हैज बिकम लाइक अब एक वो एक फैमिली थी, एक ये बेबी था, अब एक और ये अब अटैचमेंट हो गया है. सो नाउ इट इज नॉट अबाउट द शो सक्सेस, इट्स वो अनुपम ने एक लाइन कही थी शुरू में, विद ग्रेट प्रिविलेज कम्स ग्रेट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. सो नाउ दिस हैज कन्वर्टेड इनटू more than just, it's not about me anymore, and now this has become about, okay, I have this privilege, and there are so many people looking up to me, and what to do, even if I don't have the time, I have to take out the time. I have to take care of this baby also, because इतना सोचा नहीं था मैंने कि लोग actually आपको इतना look up करते हैं. You know, the role of inspiration is big. Right, I became an entrepreneur because of my one meeting with Bill Gates in Redmond, and that's when the penny dropped for me. And now मैं वही देख रहा हूँ कि मेरे वजह से वो हो रहा है, तो अब मैं इसको पकड़ना ना भी चाहूँ तो मुझे अब पकड़ के रखना पड़ेगा, because for that person. And so that's a shift that is happening to me right now. कि यार अब इससे निकल नहीं सकते, ये करना है, look at that person, उसका क्या होगा. So it's become like a moral, it's gone into that zone for me. And now for me the challenge is that when I get into it, I get into it, right? I can't just do it as a side thing, right? अभी दिमाग का एक हिस्सा ले लिया है उसने, तो वो change आ गया. अभी how it will play out, you know, it's a big change. I never anticipated. Season 2 के end तक तो ये बड़ा change आ गया मेरे में, and I'll see how it plays out. You know, somebody is asking me yesterday कि अभी सीजन 2 चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, क्या करेंगे. मैंने कहा अभी तो ये करना है बॉस, अभी करना ही है, अभी मैं तो नहीं निकल पाऊंगा अब इससे. There's someone who does the laundry service, this lady, and she comes every day, takes the clothes, does laundry and bring it back, and her son lives very far, right? I think in another city, and is working, young boy, right? And she said कि मेरे को एक ही चीज चाहिए, my son wants to come and meet Peyush, right? And then I was busy with work, I kept ignoring it, but then one day I was just sitting and she walked up to me and says, भैया please, I want you to meet my son. And then I said, आप बुलाओ, अभी बुलाओ, right? वो आ जाएगा, अभी दो घंटे में आएगा. आ गया. And then I could see, boss, the hope that person had, you know, and he came immediately. 2 hours flat, he came in. I can't remember कहाँ से आया था, but it was like outside Delhi, in the outskirts, and he left his job. मैंने पूछा आज कुछ सब कुछ छोड़ के वो आ गया बात करने. वो पढ़ रहा है, I think, दिल्ली के बाहर. तो मैंने कहा क्लास वो कह रहा है वो सब कर लूंगा, अभी आपसे मिलना था. So that I think is powerful, right, in terms of what it can do to people. Right?
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.